How's it going, guys? Josh here with Styes Cards for another deck profile video. I just had a very long Saturday. I played in a case tournament. It was 7 rounds of Swiss with 65 players, and then a cut to top 8. I was technically first after Swiss, going XO1, which was pretty awesome, so 601. And then in top cut, I made it all the way to the finals, in which I lost to a good friend of mine. We played in Swiss. I was able to beat him in Swiss, but he was able to defeat me in the finals. It was a great match. I think that video might be posted somewhere online. Our game 1 took so long. It was such a back and forth game. It was just some awesome Yu-Gi-Oh, honestly. But yeah, I played Swordsoul, 10E Swordsoul. It's a deck I've been playing, really all format. I absolutely love the deck. I think it's so strong. Those cards are just way too much to deal with sometimes. It is a very fun deck, in my opinion. I know it's not the most fun to play against it, but it showed that it was a strong deck, and I was able to just beat so many great opponents, played a lot of good Yu-Gi-Oh! I got this sweet live twin playmat. I didn't even know we were playing for it. I thought it was just playing for boxes, but yeah. Then I got this Yugi and Kaiba, very nicely made. Thank you, Konami Trophy. It's great experience. I played ABC in the tournament. I played Sky Striker. I played some Swordsoul mirrors. I played against the new PK Brave deck, which is absolutely obnoxious. Those cards are way too good. I'm trying to think of, I think that's really all I played against. Just a lot of big hitter decks. It was very scary. Definitely some scary times. Played against my good friend Ray Dye in the Swiss rounds and then in Top Cut, but we're going to go right into the deck. That's really all I had to say about the tournament. It was a great tournament. Just a very long day. So let's get looking at the deck. Starting with the main deck, it's 40 cards. I was playing 41 before the ban list happened, and it was just very easy to keep it at 40 and just add in a couple of things that I wanted to play. So let's start off with just our typical kids. 3 copies of Moye, 3 Long Young, and then I played 1 Taya. I probably should play more Taya. There was like 3 times in the tournament where I was like, oh, I can special Taya from my deck, and then I couldn't because I only have 1 and it was in my hand. And it actually like almost cost me like my top 4 match. I just was fortunate enough my opponent didn't really draw the best hand, and I could summon a Taya from my deck and continue playing, but since I had it in my hand, I really couldn't go any further. Then of course just 3 Ecclesia. And then I play 1 Despot because I think that this is correct to play in your deck. I think you have to play Despot. It adds so much. It's just so much easier to play if you have access to this card. I really do think it's very important. For the 10Es, 3 Adhara because I am playing like Halka Fibrax, so I really need to see that Adhara. 3 Ashuna just because it's your extender one, and then 2 Vishuda. I was originally playing 3 Vishuda, but I decided to cut back a little just so I could make room for the extra Adhara. I do kind of miss 3 Vishuda. I love having it. It feels like an OTK if I have that against my opponent's board, but that is okay. 3 Effect Veiler because Veiler is very strong against like Swordsoul decks and other decks, and it just sometimes you need to normal summon your tuner. And then I play 1 Nibiru and 1 Ash. You know, I should probably be playing more Ash, but I really didn't need Ash. I think this card or this deck is so strong going second into a board to where like I don't need like every hand trap, but like Veiler is definitely the one I wanted to prioritize. And also when we get to my side deck, you'll see why I at least play like 1 of these cards. That is it for the monsters. For the spells, 3 copies of Emergence. Emergence is Emergence. 2 copies of Forbidden Chalice. Just another way to like play going second. Deals with a ton of problematic cards like the DBE, the Baron. I really like Chalice. 2 Cosmic because Skill Drain just got unbanned, and my locals is the place where I feel like I'm going to see Skill Drains and Mystic Mines, so I put in the Cosmics. It was good against Phantom Knights because of Fog Blades. I kind of wish it was other things, but I also played against like Invoke Shadal. It's good against their Schism, so having that like main deck out just to the chance of drawing it, I think is pretty strong. 1 Summit. This is where I get to the 1-ofs of my deck, so I played 1 Summit, 1 Pot of Desires, of course. I'll put this one in the back because it's the coolest. 1 Forbidden Droplet. I think the cards in your hand are like so crucial in this deck that I didn't really want to play more copies of Droplet, and so 1 was fine for me. 1 Called by the Grave, and then I played 1 copy of Monster Reborn. I think Monster Reborn is so cool. My friends really hate that it was in my deck. Just being able to bring back your Baron, or in the mirror match, your opponent's Baron, just so you can have the negate with it, because typically if you're playing your deck, you're going to want to use your Baron negate just to like try to get through everything. So like you can revive DPEs, you can revive the Baron. There's just so many, like, this is just like the perfect extender. You can special summon back a Tenyi from your graveyard and make your Hulk. I think Monster Reborn is so good and so cool. I really hope that more people start to play that card. And then 3 Impermanence, just because it's Impermanence. I think that another Veiler is very good. And then the 1 Blackout. You only need 1. I really have never been in a position where I was like, man, I need 2. That is the main deck. For the extra deck, I play 2 Chi-Xiao, just because it's Chi-Xiao. 2 Baxia. 2 Baxia does come up for me a lot, so I'll keep it at 2. The Yazi, maybe the best card in the extra deck, just being able to do so much with the Yazi. Chaofeng. Chaofeng is an FTK against most decks. Actually a decent amount, yeah, like right now. Dragite. This is a personal preference. I really like Dragite. I feel like really safe if I can make him along with my board. So I'm going to keep playing the Dragite. The Draco Berserker. I've killed so many people with this card, and they have to read it every time just because they really don't know what it does. And randomly, like the Banish a monster can just be game against certain decks, so definitely needed. The 1 Chen Ying. I Monster Reborn this in my finals match, and I was so close to attacking for game, but he had an Imperm. But Chen Ying is a very strong card, kill your opponent very easily. A little less easy now that we only have 1 Desires, but still, just the non-targeting Banish that deals with so many things. And then my 1 copy of Baron de Fleur, my go-to girl. That's it for the synchros. For the Link monsters, just 2 monks. I've never really been in a position to play 3 monks, and if I was, it's because I use these poorly. You shouldn't just be spamming monks just because you can. You got to be a little safe with them. The 1 Shaman. Shaman's actually pretty crazy when it works. Kind of like a game-changing card. And then I play the Hulk and the Auroradon, like my last video. Like I said earlier, talk about the Despot. I think these cards are so crucial in the deck. They help you just go further. Like, you can kill your opponent so much easier just having access to these cards. It just gives you so many cards in the process. So that's the extra deck. For the side deck, I played the 3rd Chalice just because I wanted to have just like a little extra, like nothing crazy, but just like 1 more card to like going second. I sided 2 Triple Tactics, which I put in like almost every match. I almost wish I mained this card. This card is just so good. Just being able to like steal a card, like kill your opponent with it. Drawing 2 if your hand is just kind of meh, or just getting like, if you are able to look at their hand with this card and you're just able to put up a board, it just gives you perfect information on like what to negate, what to play. So I think this card's perfect. And then 3 Crossout, mainly for the mirror, but just against like those invoked or like just like hand trap decks. I played like the 1-ofs of everything just because this card is like so strong. In the process, it just like banishes a card from their hand basically. So you're only playing like, they start their turn with 5 cards. They start their turn with 1 less card. I'm fine with trading 1 for 1 just because my deck only needs a couple of cards to be able to get its full engine going. And then the mirror match, you can just hit anything in their deck. It is way too strong of a card. And then I played 3 Twin Twister because I don't like trap decks. Trap decks don't like me. 3 Dark Ruler, just because you're always going to play against that 1 random combo deck you didn't prepare for that makes I sold turn 1, and you got to be able to deal with that board of like 3 negates and just discarding cards. So I really like Dark Ruler. I always play it. And then maybe the best trap card in the game right now is 3 copies of D-Barrier. It doesn't negate the Fusion Destiny, so they're still locked into heroes. It's a ridiculous card. It's just a blowout against so many decks, even against like the mirror match. Like, I'll keep like 1 of these in my deck and the 3 Crossouts just because I feel like I'm going to get D-Barrier. This card is just way too strong. So that is my deck. Like I said, it's 40 cards. I honestly wouldn't change a thing. The only thing I would change about it is maybe like just putting that 2nd Taya in the deck, just because I do think it is so necessary sometimes. You shouldn't rely on just having it in the deck for when you need it. I think you do have to play 2 of it. But the deck performs so well. A lot of great matches, a lot of great opponents. Played a lot of friends during the tournament. And yeah, that is going to be it for this video. I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. I had a great time filming and playing this deck. So have a good one, guys.